So I'm going to start with this because, ladies, I want you to hear me loudly and clearly. Women are the best people on planet Earth with very few exceptions. The average woman cannot begin to compare. I'm sorry. No, let me start over. The average man cannot begin to compare with the average woman. That's why a woman is the symbol of the Christian church and not a man. When Christ was looking for someone to represent his church, he bypassed a man and chose a woman as the face of his church. Absolutely. Now, I needed to start with that declaration because I don't want you to think that I'm being disrespectful with what I am about to say to you. So here we go. Ladies, a guy wants to go out with you. He asks you to go out. He wants to take you to a restaurant. You say yes. To prepare, you get dressed up. Your outfit is on point. Your hair is perfect. Your makeup is lit. You're gorgeous. You look like you just dropped out of a magazine. He knocks on the door. You answer. You greet each other. He escorts you to the car. You get in the car. And thus far, the night is young, but everything is going perfectly, except for one thing. When you got in that car and you took off, you left one important thing behind at your residence. You left one thing behind. You know what that one thing is? For many of you, your brains. Your brains. So hi, I am Pastor Frankie Leggett III, and this is 90 days to find your soulmate. Oops, I didn't change it. This is day 89. This is day 89. I forgot to change it here. Of my 90-day challenge to post a video addressing the issues that women face, and predominantly single women. All right? And I'm starting off with a question. Here's the question. Who should pay on the first date? That's the question. Who should pay on the first date? In fact, I'll extend it. Who should pay on the first several dates, first couple of dates, early in that relationship? Who should pay? It's a good question. It's a very good question. All right? So now, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm not. I have the greatest respect and admiration for you, women. But when it comes to men and dating, some of you do the most nonsensical things I've ever seen in my life. Here's what I mean. A guy asks you out. He takes you to a restaurant because he wants to spend time with you. You have a nice meal. It's time to pay. And then he asks you to pay half. And some of you have the nerve and the temerity to say yes to that foolishness. Are you serious? It gets even worse. Before you even go to the restaurant, the guy asks you if you will pay half. Now, if you're at the restaurant and you've enjoyed yourselves, the meal was good, the conversation is great, and then it's time to pay, and he asks you to pay half because he doesn't want to pay for the entire meal, or he can't afford to pay for the entire meal, and you don't want to be embarrassed, so you go ahead and pay half. I'm going to give you a thimbleful of grace, just a thimbleful. a needlehead full of grace. That's it. But if he asks you out, but if you are asked out by a guy, and before you ever get to the restaurant, he informs you that he needs you to pay half of the bill, then if you're on the phone, you need to excuse yourself and get off the phone. If he's in your house, you need to ask him to leave. Because if you agree to that foolishness, it screams to me that you know nothing about men and dating. You don't know anything about it. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just being factual. It also means that you need to join one of my several master classes that I teach single women, I also teach married women, how to be in a relationship with a guy and get what you need in that relationship to be mad, to be happy. I teach women how to teach a man to love you on your terms, not his. But first things first, permit me to educate you tonight. There's a reason why so many of you end up marrying the wrong guy. It's because you miss the red flags that are waving in your faces. Please understand this. From a man's perspective, dating is about making a statement. It's about making a statement about how he treats a woman, about his ability to take care of a woman. He's also making a statement. It's a statement. It's an image that he wants to project to that woman about himself, how he functions in a relationship. So we guys, we're making statements with everything that we do or we don't do. And you have to adequately read the statement and decipher what it means for you. Why? Because you have a decision to make as to whether he is the type of man that you want to invite into your space. You need to decide if he is the type of man that you want to enter a long-term relationship with or spend the rest of your life with. Consequently, you must pay careful attention to the type of statement that this man is making, good, bad, or indifferent. Now, let's just get this out of the way, because I don't want to be misunderstood. There's a young guy, fresh out of high school. He's working. He may also be in college, right? But he's working. Money's tight. But he meets you. He likes you. He wants to go out with you, but he can't afford a restaurant. So what should he do to make a proper statement? What can he do to make a good and proper statement? If he really wants to make a nice statement and money is tight, he could save up his money so that he could then take you to a nice restaurant and then pay for the entire meal. Or he could save his money and take you to the movies and pay for your ticket and your refreshments. Typically not as expensive as a restaurant. Unless you're going to breakfast, and breakfast is the cheapest meal of the day at a restaurant. Right? That he could do. Or he could take you to the park on a nice summer day. He could make the lunch. That would really be impressive, right? He could take the time to make the lunch. You sit on the blanket, you talk, you dialogue, you laugh, you enjoy, you take in the scenery and the ambiance. And afterwards, he could take you to Rita's Water Ice to cap the day. Not a whole lot of money at all, but it was the thought that he put into it that impresses the average woman. He thought about it, he planned it, he organized it, and he implemented it. That makes a statement to the average woman. Okay? That young lady is going to understand, okay? He's not making a lot of money. He's working. He's in college. He wants to get somewhere. She'll understand that. You'll understand that. And there are a million inexpensive things that he can do to make an appropriate statement to you. Why is this statement important? It's important because he's revealing how, not just how he's going to function in the present, but he's revealing how he could potentially function in the future. That's why this is important. If he's a mature man, middle to late 20s, definitely into his 30s and beyond, and he wants you to pay half, and he says that foolishness to you, that must be the last time you ever talk to him or ever go out with him, because he is not ready for prime time. And don't waste your time. I'm telling you. And if you make the mistake of marrying a man that insists that you must pay half at the beginning of a relationship, I guarantee you that you are going to have issues if that relationship goes to the altar. I guarantee it. Plus, ladies, please know that when you're dating, you must vet and you must test the man to see if he's worthy of being in your life, to see if he's capable of taking care of a woman like you. And if he's showing that he's incapable of taking care of a woman, or worse yet, that he has no interest in taking care of a woman, then why would you ever go out with that man? Dating should have a purpose. You date to determine if the two of you were put together by God or not. That's why you date. A decision is imminent about this relationship. When dating, you should be constantly observing to see if this man is the type of man you want to spend the rest of your life with. When dating, you must determine if he's capable of taking care of you and possibly an entire family, including children. If he's not willing to pay for a meal at the beginning of a relationship, to send a statement to you that he's capable and willing to take care of you, and if God blesses the two of you to tie the knot, if he's not willing to make that appropriate statement, then why in the world would you go out with a man who's not willing to make the appropriate sacrifice and the appropriate statement that he's the right man for you? Why would you go out with him? It boggles my mind. That's like marrying a man, and on wedding day, he not only does he not have a job, he's not even looking for one. Why in the world would you make a mistake like that? Unless he's so well off that he doesn't need to look for a job because he's done well with his money and his investment. That's a horse of another color. But let me ask you a question. How many brothers, how many guys do you think are in that category? Very few that you're ever going to meet. So ladies, you can't be desperate. So from now on, the moment a guy asks you to pay half, he asks you to pay half, what you need to ask him to do is lose your number immediately in the conversation. Ladies, you must have a standard that you hold a man to. And if not, they will come into the relationship with their own standard, which may not and probably will not be to your liking. That's why so many of you end up in a relationship, and that relationship is built, is functioning on his terms and not yours. That's why so many of you are miserable and unhappy. For those of you who are watching this who are already married, people that you know are married and very unhappy. So if you marry him ignoring the red flags, you will end up frustrated, unhappy, if not altogether miserable. And guess what? You will have no one to blame but yourself. So here's what I'm doing. I'm making you an offer. And I'm offering for you to join me for my pre-dating group coaching course masterclass that I teach for single women every Thursday at 6 p.m. Every Thursday at 6 p.m. I teach this course. And it's a whole lot of you that needs to be on it. All right? Here's why. When I conduct this pre-dating masterclass, I teach you the things that you need to know so that you can make an intelligent decision as to whether you want to establish a long-term relationship with a guy that you recently met or or that you are dating. Okay? Even if you've already started the journey with a guy, I'm going to teach you whether or not you need to continue in that relationship or not. I'm going to help you to establish what your standards should be, what your expectations from him should be. It is worth its weight in gold, and it's free of charge. And I've been trumpeting this for weeks. It's free of charge. You ought to be blowing up my website trying to get in. That's how valuable it is. Because when you do, I guarantee you, you will never date the same way again. You will date with intelligence, and you will date with a skill set that will make you the envy of your girlfriends because they will not have the skill set that you possess. And you will date with power and influence. You'll never date the same way again, ever. Now, to participate in this, all you need to do is this. Go here and register. I was reading a comment here. So I think I'm gonna put this up. All right. No. Okay, I guess I can. All right. I suppose friends can take turns paying for meals. Friends, that's horse of another color. But in dating, I always pay and take the initiative. John, good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Dating is a different animal. It really is. Okay? And ladies, you need to be aware of the statement that your man is making to you. So I truly, truly, truly hope to see many of you on this Thursday for this free webinar. And all you have to do is go right here. Copy it, go there, register. I'll be notified. When I'm notified, I will send you the Zoom link. And you can join me Thursday at 6 o'clock. Okay? And your life will change. That's a promise and a guarantee from me. So, ladies, if you enjoy this content, please do me a favor. I'm trying to build the channel. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification button. All right? And I will truly, truly appreciate it. I hope to see you on Thursday, but I will definitely see you tomorrow for day 90 of my 90-day challenge. Wow, I can't believe I'm here. I'll see you on tomorrow. I'll have another message for you on tomorrow. Be blessed. I'll see you then. Bye-bye now.